The news spreads fast. XRP has climbed back into the top 100 global assets by market cap. The weight of this milestone cannot be understated. For years XRP was dismissed, doubted, ridiculed. Many said it would never return to the big leagues. But here it is, standing shoulder to shoulder with the most valuable companies, banks, and commodities in the world. This is not just another crypto ranking. This is global validation. XRP is now listed among trillion-dollar tech giants, oil companies, national currencies, even gold-backed funds. The implication is massive. What once was treated as a speculative token is now measured on the same playing field as the backbone of the global economy. Holders feel vindicated. Critics go silent. Analysts scramble to explain. The market begins to shift its tone. Suddenly XRP is no longer just a cryptocurrency fighting a lawsuit. It is a global contender, an asset recognized for its liquidity, its adoption, its sheer resilience in surviving every storm thrown its way. The climb back into the top 100 comes at a crucial time. The lawsuit with the SEC nears its resolution. Banks expand pilot programs with RippleNet, and whispers of an XRP ETF continue to grow louder. All these forces align with one message: XRP is not fading into obscurity, it is re-establishing itself as a global force. But this begs the question, if XRP can claw its way back into the top 100 during regulatory uncertainty, during a choppy crypto market, what happens when the clouds clear, when adoption accelerates, when regulators finally give the green light? The potential upside is staggering. The charts confirm momentum. Whales continue to accumulate. Retail holders refuse to let go. Volume rises. Sentiment shifts. The once fragile hope turns into growing confidence. XRP's market cap is not just a number, it is a signal to Wall Street, to regulators, to institutions watching from the sidelines. XRP is ready to play in the same arena as the biggest names on earth. The real story begins now. XRP has proven it belongs, but can it hold? Can it climb higher? Can it secure a permanent seat among the most valuable assets on the planet, or will pressure force it back down? The battle lines are drawn, the world is watching. And the next move will determine whether XRP cements its legacy or faces yet another brutal test. The climb continues. XRP does not pause, it pushes forward. The market cap speaks louder than words. Billions in value restored. Confidence surges. Traders take notice. Analysts scramble to redraw charts. XRP's re-entry into the top 100 global assets sends shockwaves through the financial world. To understand the magnitude, one must compare Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Saudi Aramco, Bitcoin, gold ETFs. These names dominate the list, and now XRP appears alongside them, a digital asset born from a vision to reshape global finance. Now recognized in the same global financial rankings as industries that have stood for decades, this is not an accident, it is the result of utility. XRP was designed for speed, for cross-border settlement, for liquidity on demand. As global markets reel from inflation, tightening monetary policies, and rising demand for efficient payments, XRP finds its role clearer than ever. The institutions are not blind. Whispers of banks trialing RippleNet become confirmations. Partnerships surface. Quietly, central banks observe with growing curiosity. XRP's climb into the global top 100 gives legitimacy to the narrative Ripple has pushed for years, that XRP is not just speculation, it is infrastructure. Yet even as this triumph unfolds, skeptics circle. They warn of volatility, they highlight unresolved regulatory battles, they claim the climb may be temporary, but believers counter. XRP has faced storms before, delistings, lawsuits, crashes, yet it still rises, each time stronger, more resilient, more undeniable. The charts show tight ranges breaking upward, moving averages align in bullish formations. Volume spikes confirm growing interest. RSI indicates momentum building but not yet overheated. It feels like a foundation forming, not a peak collapsing. Whales know this too. Accumulation patterns tell the story. Billions of tokens being consolidated in large wallets, a quiet preparation for what could come. Their confidence mirrors the broader shift. If XRP can push higher, can break beyond the top 100 and climb deeper into the rankings, then Wall Street will have no choice but to acknowledge XRP will no longer be the underdog, it will be a contender. This moment is not just about pride. It is about validation, validation of years of patience, validation of Ripple's vision, validation that XRP's utility is finally being recognized by the only metric that matters to the world's largest investors, market cap. But the question remains, can XRP maintain this momentum? Can it withstand the Fed's decisions, the SEC's last moves, Bitcoin's dominance, Ethereum's competition? The market awaits answers, and XRP now carries the weight of its believers' dreams, standing tall among giants, but still fighting to prove it is more than a temporary guest in the halls of global finance. The world begins to notice, headlines shift, Mainstream outlets cannot ignore the climb. XRP is back in the spotlight, not as a lawsuit victim, not as a speculative gamble, but as a legitimate global asset, re-entering the top 100 list that only the strongest achieve. This milestone sparks a new wave of speculation. If XRP can return here, what is stopping it from climbing higher? The road to the top 50, the top 25, even the top 10, becomes a possibility, not fantasy. Each level represents billions more in market cap, billions more in global recognition, billions more in validation that XRP belongs. Investors recall the history, the highs of 2017, the brutal crashes, the years in the wilderness. Every test seemed designed to break XRP, yet none succeeded. This return to the top 100 proves endurance, resilience, survival, three traits critical for long-term dominance. But survival is not enough, growth is the next step. Institutions do not invest in survival, they invest in momentum, in utility, in scale. XRP's partnerships, RippleNet's adoption, the looming possibility of ETFs, all align to create an environment where growth is not just likely, it is inevitable. Chart analysis paints the same story. Support holds firm at key levels, higher lows form, patterns suggest a base, a foundation, from which explosive moves can launch. Momentum traders wait on the sidelines, liquidity builds, the breakout window is near, whales continue to accumulate, they do not move billions without reason, they see what others cannot, they prepare for moments that retail will only recognize. Once the surge is underway, their confidence fuels speculation. Their moves often precede the headlines, and yet, uncertainty lingers. The Fed's policies, global inflation, looming recession fears, all create headwinds, but XRP has thrived in chaos before. Its design is to move value across borders, faster, cheaper, more efficient, and in times of crisis, efficiency becomes necessity, necessity becomes demand, demand becomes price appreciation. The return to the top 100 global assets is more than a number. It is a message, a declaration to the world. XRP cannot be ignored, regulators must account for it, banks must consider it, investors must evaluate it. The climb is not accidental, it is earned, forged in fire, tested by doubt, strengthened by conviction. The cliffhanger remains, will XRP continue this rise, pushing deeper into global recognition, or will resistance prove too strong, forcing yet another retracement? Holders wait, eyes glued to charts, ears tuned to news, hearts pounding with anticipation, because they know the next move could define XRP's destiny for years to come. Encourage patience, saying dips are gifts, only time will prove who is right. But history favors the patient. Whales rarely chase, they wait, they strike, and they profit when others capitulate. The Fed decision looms, macro dominates, dollar strength battles crypto resilience, yields weigh heavy, equities wobble, Bitcoin holds the line, Ethereum stalls, XRP bleeds, but only slightly, resilience still visible, the drop measured, not catastrophic, just controlled weakness, and beneath it all, the fundamentals whisper, Ripple's partnerships expanding, remittances strengthening, institutional corridors widening, global adoption slowly but steadily rising. Every dip ignored by headlines, every partnership cementing long-term value. The disconnect is striking, price weak, fundamentals strong, the paradox of crypto in full display. Technical watchers remind us, XRP thrives in uncertainty, it bleeds, it consolidates, then it explodes. Every major rally preceded by pain, every breakout birthed from despair. This moment could be another setup, a cycle repeating, history echoing. Looking ahead, scenarios emerge, dovish Fed sparks relief, XRP rebounds, pushes past 70, retests 75, momentum builds, volume surges, whales profit. Retail chases, the cycle flips, or hawkish Fed triggers another dip, XRP tests 55, panic spreads, whales accumulate harder, and weeks later, price recovers anyway. History rhymes, time and time again.